Yeah, but I mean, like, I don't know if I can take time off during training. Like,
I'm
I
sure
don't
you
know
could.
if that's possible. It's probably
Probably,
not. Like,
probably not your first like 6 months, because
oh,
that's how my previous
hold on one
job
second.
did it. Take your time. I'm about to do it.
Jay,
This.
hello. Why do you sound like that?
What? Please. Oh, Jeremy.
What are
Jeremy,
you?
when you listen to
What are
this,
you talking about? How do I
I need you
sound?
to keep this recording. Just keep it
I
as
said
a
that.
backslash. Just I don't care what you do, because this will probably
You
be
are
where
you
we
soon
cut it
my messages.
to start the thing. Just keep this, because
The
this is
last
gonna
time
be
you called me, I texted you back.
please.
Are you serious?
Oh, someone forgot to text back. Ooh, someone's
No,
in
it
trouble.
didn't go through.
So you're saying you blocked her?
Yo, that's what I said earlier. You blocked me, didn't you? You lying. Bro, I texted you back as soon as you called me like what 10, 15 minutes ago?
Those who say
And
you
I
can't
told
call
you
your
what my
girlfriend, bro,
situation
they don't
was.
know true relationships. You should always call her.
You didn't get the
You
one
should be able,
after that.
should be able to call your partner whenever you want. What the
I
fuck
said
is that?
I don't think it does. No, it doesn't. No, you blocked me. Yeah, because I thought that you got the messages that I sent. I sent you two imp no, I said babe.
She makes music.
You didn't get
Hmm.
nothing? It should well, how did you get the first one but not the last two where I sent them right back to back to back? Yo, your phone's weird. No, it doesn't, but none of them did, if anything. Right, you said no, and I sent you 3 messages in a row like that. Telling you what wow. That's nasty work. But then how did you get the first one? I literally sent like in rapid succession. Not studying, recording.
Yes, we absolutely are recording. We're recording
Yeah.
right now.
We're recording right now. You called me in the middle of recording.
Absolutely.
It's okay. That's what I sent you in the message. I said, I'm recording with Tayshawn. I'll call you
Keep
back
this.
afterwards.
Keep this shit. I know we're not gonna finish till 10 o'clock tonight. It's fine.
Larry just says hi
Hello. I hope
and
you're
my
doing
dad.
well. Keep this shit.
Tayshawn
I
says
know.
he knows you're doing well. He's lying, but
I said I
uh,
hope you're doing well. Not I know you're doing well. Don't be rude now. Keep this shit, my nigga.
okay, I'll call you back afterwards.
But I've
Love
already
you, bye.
You can't do a code opener now.
Yes, we can. We can keep all that in.
We're keeping all that in? It's
Yeah,
hilarious.
all of that.
Oh my god.
This is Slim Reaper Beats.
Stand clear of the closing doors, please. Perfect.
All right. Welcome back to the Excuse Me Brother podcast. I'm the host with the most who'll be not doing the most. That's the other guy. I'm your host, Brother Jay, and we are back, right, brother?
Yes. At least I'm back. You've been doing solo episodes, so I appreciate you.
Wait, I haven't done any solo episodes.
Oh, I thought you'd done some in the past. My fault. He will. He's been working. He's been working hard.
I am recording from an undisclosed location. And yeah, this is our first episode of 2026.
Happy New Year. Happy
I mean, yeah,
mid-year. New York's
I,
going crazy.
bro, you know what? Let's just get right into it. We came back because one, it was time.
Was
Two, like the brother just said, New York is on fire
It's
right
on
now.
fire.
And why is New York on fire, sir?
We get to celebrate the Knicks for the first time in 2 decades. Nearly 3, actually.
Nearly 3 decades, man. So for the
It's
first time since 1999, the New York Knicks have made the NBA Finals.
you have a finals team,
Da-da-da.
yo. We have a finals team that we could actually remember for our lifetime.
I mean, I kind of remember 1999.
Here's the thing. I say this because I know the players that were on that team. Because as a Knick fan, I know very well of Latrell Sprewell, Larry Johnson, and Allen Houston. Here's the problem. By the time I actually remember watching basketball, those guys were old and not as good as they used to be.
Mm. Yeah, yeah.
I think my first Knick game I remember was like 2002.
Really?
Yeah. And I think we lost that game too.
Who they play?
The Pacers, actually. Then again, I say I think. I don't remember the score or anything. I just remember like leaving the stadium because I was with my aunt who was an athletic director at the time and a basketball coach. So we had
Mhm.
we got free tickets because she was coaching colleges. So I remember just like leaving the stadium and seeing like the Knicks and the Pacers score. I don't remember what the score was. I just think we lost.
Nice. It's interesting because, the last Knick game that I went to was against the Nets. And the Nets were still in Jersey, and Jason Kidd and Vince Carter were still on the team.
Jesus Christ, you've not
Yeah,
been
that's
to
how
a
long
game
it's
though.
been. It's been almost
I
20 years since I've been to a game at the Garden. So, but
I
excuse me.
I gotta look at my because I buy tickets for everything at this point.
Yeah, you don't share none.
Goddamn right.
You don't invite me to Knick games. You don't invite me out
I
on
think I'm.
town.
I think that I because to be fair, I've been to one Knick game and I know you remember it because you cursed me out for
I sure
it.
did. I sure did.
and
I'm still mad about that. I'm
you were
like, yo,
like, "How?"
where's my ticket, bro? Like, come on.
To be fair, you weren't the only person that got upset with me. Yeah, but
Oh,
then
it was a
you
lot of
also.
us.
Oh, there was a lot of people a lot of my guy friends who watch basketball. They were like, "You gonna take women and not take us?"
Like, what's
I'll
up with
always,
that?
I'll always remember. And then I knew you were more upset because I put the picture of where the seats were, and you were double upset with me.
What's up with that?
I think that might have been, I think that might have been the year before they traded for Cat.
Speaking of catch, Carl Anthony Towns has been, like ever
Oh,
since. So, well, first of all, let's dissect this whole Nick thing. First of all,
sure.
it's been a long time coming because Nick fans, we have suffered for the last 30 years, right? Most of my life, the Knicks have been bad, right?
A good portion,
Hmm?
a very good long portion. Like basketball in New York for the Knicks has been ass.
Right. Like, bro, do you remember the Isaiah Thomas days?
I do. I remember. I fully remember Isaiah Thomas.
Like,
I
like
still
what
didn't
do we
understand. I still never understood that team. I still don't understand that team to this day. I want that man
bro?
fired.
It was really nasty, like real nasty. And then the summer of 2010 came around. We thought we was gonna get LeBron James,
I'm
and
still.
huh?
I hate our owner for that. I always will hate our owner for that day
Well,
because
you know what? I don't even think it was him. I just think that LeBron just genuinely did not want to come here.
no, it was him.
It was Dolan's fault.
Because LeBron talked about on the show that the original plan was him and D Wade and Carmelo Anthony were gonna go to the New York Knicks.
Uh-huh.
And then Carmelo signed an extension to stay in Denver. And then they were like,
Right.
okay, So we'll switch it. But him and D Wade had still planned to come to New York and just wait for him to come join them. And then James Dolan said something publicly. And then ever since he said that, LeBron was like, I ain't going to play for New York.
Sounds like a James Dolan thing.
Yeah, I don't remember I can't tell you what he said fully, and I'm not going to look it up at the moment, but I remember whatever he said about LeBron James or something related to him, LeBron was like, I'm not going to play for the Knicks, not with him as the owner.
Mm.
And then that's when they started talking to Pat Riley about going to Miami.
Mm.
And then Chris Bosh was a late ad because they had thought of another person to do, and then they just decided. Then they reached out to Chris to see like if he would be good, he would want to do it. And he was like, yeah,
Yeah, they were all free agents at the same time. That's right.
yeah. But the original plan was LeBron, Carmelo, and D Wade coming to New York.
Yeah, I remember that. Actually, you're right about that. And then we wound up getting Carmelo anyway. But
Yeah,
before that, they had Amari Stoudemire had signed with the Knicks.
kudos,
I think he
kudos. Oh, he might have been actually the third one. Actually, he might have
no
been one of those
he
people.
I don't know how they got him out of Phoenix, but him coming to New York was probably the kickstart of really where we at right now because he made the Knicks a desirable destination for a little bit. And then when Carmelo came, he really put the city on the map because we finally had like a bona fide star in New York. Even though the Knicks had given up a lot for him, he's still like he gave his all for the Knicks, and I feel bad for him because the Knicks wasted his good years, like his prime years.
Which
Oh
one?
yeah,
Amari or Carmelo?
Carmelo.
Okay. Yep,
Yeah,
you're right.
they wasted Carmelo's prime years because he should have to me he should have won MVP the year that he won the scoring title, but of course they gave it to LeBron James. I mean, duh. And then after that, that was bro, that was it. Remember that was the year that they lost to the Pacers in the second round.
Yeah,
But
one of the first times we actually won a playoff series in a decade.
ex- right, they had beat the Celtics in the first round and lost to the Pacers in the second round, and then they didn't make the playoffs again until like
They were hurt.
uh
There was a lot of injuries in that team
mm,
after
no,
that.
what happened was Phil Jackson happened. Yep, I'm
It was it
bringing up
was
more
two
dark days.
it was 2 years of that. 2 years of that, and then I think the third year they made the playoffs. Because I could have
Ooh,
I think I remember seeing them in the playoffs with Carmelo and Kristaps Porzingis or Tingus Pingus, as some people were calling him.
I don't
Tingus
recall.
Pingus.
Hey,
I could be wrong. I felt like they made the playoffs one time. I could be so wrong though.
with Porzingis and Melo, I don't think so. Let me see.
A weird team that had no right to be whatever it was.
Knicks make the playoffs. I don't remember them making with
I could
Chris.
I said I could be wrong. I thought I remember we had some good times with Kristaps.
No, they
That's
remember they didn't
oh,
want. Well, fans were upset that they drafted Kristaps Porzingis, but he was actually pretty good for us the 4 years that he was here.
I
They
had
said
no
that
problem.
the, he didn't make the playoffs the entire time he was here. Then they traded Melo in like 17. Remember they traded him to OKC
I do remember that.
with Paul George and Russell Westbrook, and that was a flop.
It's a weird ass team. It was a weird ass
That
team
was
anyway.
definitely a weird team. Um, but then it was just dark days, man. Oh, remember what's his name was the coach? Oh God.
We had a lot.
Um,
We had like Dave Fizdale, who
they
which who you bring it who you bring it up. We had a lot of technically we had a lot of bad coaches.
but they set Dave Fizdale up because what's his name was the point guard. There was a coach before him, Derek Fisher.
Oh,
Oh my gosh.
At this point, which is just
Derek Fisher, Dave Fizdale, after Mike Woodson. It was all after Mike Woodson, right? It was Mike Woodson, Dave Fizdale, Derek Fisher, and then um who was after Dave Fizdale? Because they fired Dave Fizdale with like 25 games into the season one year.
which is
I think
wild.
Tom Thibodeau came. So there was somebody between Fizdale and Thibodeau.
Oh well, there was Jeff. It was Jeff.
Jeff Hornacek? Yes,
Jeff
Jeff
Hornacek.
Hornacek. You're right. Thank you.
Yep.
Jeff Hornacek. And it took Mike Brown to get us to the finals. Check
Mike
this. You
Brown
know,
got Mike
Mike
Brown
Brown's
got
not
a
a
lot
bad
of
coach.
playoff. He got a lot of
Yeah,
playoff success.
yeah, he's not
I
a bad
remember
coach.
his first one was LeBron. But remember him and LeBron was the first team in Cleveland to make it to the finals. And then
Mm-hmm.
after he got fired because they hired that Russian dude who they fired to bring in Ty Lue. I think David Blatt, I think is who they brought in for
David
a
Blatt,
bit.
yes. I think
That,
you're right.
so that's when they fired Mike Brown for that. Mike Brown was the top assistant in the Warriors dynasty.
Yes, he was. I forgot about that. You're right. Yes, he was. Mike Brown's been around the block, yo, and he's finally got his chance to win a chip. But let's go back down memory lane for a second. In
Oh.
1999, last time the Knicks made the playoffs, right? How old were you?
I was about. If they started in the summer, I was 5. If they was either the 5 or 4. I'm gonna say 5.
June of 1994, 1999. You were
I
how
was 5.
old?
I was 5
Okay,
then.
then I was 6. In June of 1996, right? Stand
I was a
by.
kid. I was in kindergarten. I had just finished kindergarten actually.
Guess how much gas was?
$1.20.
Close. It was between $1, 111, and 125.
Damn it! Also, I was in between, so I was good. I'm good.
$1.11 and $1.25. Average price of gas now is like $3.50. And if I'm not mistaken.
Nah, I'm seeing $4. I don't know
Well,
where you at is 3. Here it's 4 like $4.50 to $5 now.
oh shoot. Well, yeah, average price of where I'm at right now, again, an undisclosed location,
Uh-huh.
$4.35 a gallon.
Yup. It's expensive in this bitch.
Bro, $3 whole dollars.
You want
Who
I
was
want
president at the time in 99? It was Bill Clinton, right?
that was Clinton. That was right before Clinton ended his term. That was right before the whole thing kicked off. If my memory serves me correct, if the dates are correct, 'Cause I think
The number one song in 1999. You want to take a guess?
"Living La Vida Loca" by
No.
Ricky Martin.
Well, in June of 1999,
Oh,
number one
Pablo.
song. Oh yeah, you're right. Living La Vida Loca. Okay. And If You Have My Love by Jennifer Lopez.
I don't know that one. I know "Living La Vida
Huh?
Loca" though. I don't know that song. I know "Live La Vida Loca."
June 19. Yo, Living La Vida Loca. What else? iPhones didn't exist. No social
iPhone.
media existed.
No, there was no social media. This is actually before Gmail too. There was no Gmail yet. There was
Was
Google.
Google around?
Google was around, but there was no Gmail. It was just Google.
Oh, Google wasn't even a year old. September
Nope.
4th, 1998. Google had just started. That's crazy. Yo, did Amazon exist yet?
No, I don't think so. There was no Amazon. I think we just had. I literally think the only way to message someone at that time when it would just come out. I think that's when AIM had just started AOL Messenger.
Well, Amazon did exist. It was 4 years old at the time. July 5th,
Oh,
1994.
what the fuck? What was I don't remember Amazon then.
Remember, Amazon used to just sell books.
Oh,
At
you're
one
right.
Amazon
It was a
only
book
sold
flip.
books in the beginning. And it was out of
What a
Jeff Bezos' garage. So
what a turn that. What a turn.
Bro,
What a time that took.
what was the number one movie in the June?
1999?
Yeah,
I have no idea. My brain wants to say like Independence Day or something Will Smith related, honestly, but I could be so wrong.
nope.
What was it?
Austin Powers, The Spy Who Shagged Me.
That's hilarious. I love that movie. That's so
Now,
dumb.
overall, number one movie in 1999. Oh,
It
okay.
wasn't it
That's
wasn't Titanic, right? Because that's the
no,
only thing I
not
think about when
Titanic
it's
was
late 90
90.
movies.
I think Titanic was 97.
Yeah, because that's the only movie I think of when it comes to late 90s stuff. Anytime it's like, oh, what was the top movie then? I'm like, probably Titanic.
No. You want to take another guess? I'll give you a hint. It's a very, very popular sci-fi franchise.
Franchise?
Mm-hmm.
The sci-fi franchise.
Mm-hmm.
90? Alien?
No. You're kind of in
Uh,
the ballpark, kind of, sort of. It's not horror.
Predator? Oh,
No.
not horror.
It's
Oh,
not
I have
horror,
no
no.
idea. I have no idea.
Star
Who?
Wars Episode 1.
God damn it. Oh, my mother's gonna be upset.
That's that.
My mother's a Star Wars diehard fan. Anytime I have
Let's
to
see.
buy
Number
her
one.
Mother's Day gift or birthday gifts, it's always Star Wars related. Only way to make her
Oh,
happy.
interesting. Guess
Tell me
what
you
the
say
number
that.
one video game in June of 1999 was? This is a staple. Oh, I should have knew this.
1999. What console?
If I tell you, it'll give it away.
Fuck. Okay, so 1999 staple of a console, or it could be Xbox. No, there was no Xbox at that time.
Xbox didn't
There's other
exist
play.
yet.
There's other PlayStation or Nintendo. It wasn't
If I
Mario
tell you,
6.
it'll kind of it might give it away, it might not. So
It wasn't
it was
Mario.
Nintendo.
Was it Mario
Definitely
related?
no, but I like where you're going.
Was it Legend of Zelda?
No, sir.
What? Mario, Samus, Metro North. It wasn't a Metro State game. I don't know. Tell me. I'd rather be
Pokemon
upset.
Red and Blue.
Oh, you son of a bitch! I should have
I
known.
forgot that came out in
Oh, I
1999.
I should have known. I had red and blue. I should have known.
I, I had red. Yo, that's crazy.
I had red and
Um,
blue, and then my aunt who was teaching me basketball at the time had yellow. Oh, I should have known.
well, didn't Yellow come out the next? No, Yellow came out later that year, I think.
Probably
What
known
was the highest rated TV show
at that
in
time.
June of 1999? Yep. This makes sense. It's
Is it
something
the
we
friend?
all watch.
Is it Friends or Seinfeld? This is a
Neither.
little- Neither. Not living.
Neither.
It's not living single. I know that for a fact. Or it's too much black. It was too
Especially
black at
on
the time.
cable.
Huh?
Especially on cable. Something we all watched.
Maury?
No.
Damn. Is it Maury related? Is it close to Maury?
I mean, it's dramatic.
Touche, I guess. Dramatic.
Yeah.
Is it not Law and Order? No.
No.
The fuck? Dramatic.
Think
Don't
of
act.
soap opera for men.
Is it All My Children? For Days of My Life?
No. No, I
You
said
said
soap
so.
opera for men.
Oh, soap opera for men? Oh,
Yeah.
was it WWE? Was it Raw?
Yes, it was
That's,
Ross Lord.
that's hilarious.
It says the number one regularly rated. Okay, the number one rated regularly scheduled cable show in June of 1999 was World Wrestling Federation's Raw is War.
I didn't hear men. All I heard was soap operas. I was like, "There's no
The
way
soap
Days of My
opera
Life
thing.
was." You're right, because that's what I call it. That's how I describe it to people. It's like it's just
Number
soap
one
opera for
show
men.
overall. Number one show overall on network television was 60 Minutes.
I was gonna guess 60 Minutes. Because that's Channel 7,
Mm-hmm.
the one who wrote the story about Bill.
He ain't fair price in 1999. I think it was still $2 at the time.
I know. I remember. On 60 Minutes being the most
No.
popular thing at the time because that's when they started the interview of Monica Lewinsky.
There you go.
And
Can you guess how
I
much
knew.
the fare was in 1999?
Oh my god! Fuck. Oh fuck you. My brain says $1, but it
Dollar
probably
what?
was $1.25 or $1.75. Gotta pick one.
You said $1 what?
I said $1.25 or is it $1.25? How much was it? Must be
Dollar 50.
$1.50. God damn it! I knew my second
It
guess was
was
right.
$1.50 back then.
I hate when I'm right on the second try.
Trust yourself.
Ugh,
Trust yourself. And think about
where's
it. In
work?
27 years, the fare has only increased another $1.50. Like they had the 30-day pass, the 1-day fun pass, free
Oh, I
transfer.
want people were freaking out actually recently because of the MTA. So the MTA showed that the fare is going up, but not for regular bus and regular trains. The express buses, the Queens Manhattan and the Bronx Manhattan and like those type of buses. So
Uh-huh.
that fare is going up to $7.25 following next year, like January 4th.
Mm-hmm.
And people were like, "What do you mean the fare is going to be $7.25? I can't afford the $3." I was like, "God, not
That's
reading
your fault.
everything."
That's your problem. That's a first world problem.
I was like, and I remember
And
I looked at that. I was like, "Y'all didn't read fully. Y'all just reacted. Y'all did not read not a goddamn thing."
shoot. So the last time the Knicks played in the finals, they played the Spurs, right? Because we just
Yep.
went over that to show y'all that time is a lot has happened since 1999. We done lost a lot of stuff. We done lost the towers. We done lost how many presidents have been since 1999? 3, 4, 5? Let's see.
Bush
Bush,
twice, Obama,
Obama,
Trump, and then Joe 4.
4 presidents, uh 2 wars, a couple wars.
Couple wars on
What
them.
else has happened since 1999? The turn of the century. Oh, you know what else debuted in 1999?
Y2K. Y2K in the pandemic.
We've had a pandemic. Mm-hmm.
What were you gonna say? What
Mm-hmm.
happened?
Guess what major cartoon debuted in 1999?
South Park?
Did it? Let's see. I feel like South Park came out in the earlier 90s.
My original thought was The Simpsons, but I feel like The Simpsons
97.
was already out.
South Park came out in 97.
Damn. And The Simpsons were out. The Simpsons were out before that. Family Guy?
Oh, I think Family Guy did come out in 99. Hold on. But that wasn't the one I was thinking of.
Major cartoon?
Yeah, you're right. Family Guy came out in 1999. Holy shit.
Nice.
January 31st.
I'm on fire with this bullshit today. It's not good bullshit, but it's still shit.
Another major cartoon.
Major cartoon.
If I tell you the network, it'll probably give it away. That's why I'm not gonna say it.
Is it kids cartoon or like adult cartoon?
Kids.
Kids? Fuck.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't.
Some would say that there's a lot of adult innuendos, but it's marketed
Animaniacs?
to. No, Animaniacs came out before that.
Really? Damn. Yeah, I did because the Bill Clinton
Well, at
jokes.
least I think so.
Cartoons with adult innuendos? There's so many. It's not Bob's Burgers, not Futurama. But it's kid censored, so I gotta start thinking of adult stuff.
Animaniacs came out in 93, by the way.
Damn, that's old. Why did I think it was
Mhm.
younger?
What was the other one you mentioned? Not Bob. You
I,
said
s-
Bob's Burgers.
I did say Bob's Burgers,
Bob's
but
Burgers came out like
no, I'm just thinking.
12.
I was thinking out loud because I'm trying to think of kids cartoons that came out in 1999 that
Bob's
I
Burgers
would.
came out in 2020. What year was that? It came out recently. Bob's Burgers is not a new cartoon.
Not
2011.
not Powerpuff Girls, though they came out close. I wish they had kept the original name for the Powerpuff Girls though. That should have been
Which
funny.
was
The Whoop Ass Girls actually.
oh no. Well, Bass too. Okay, yeah. Powerpuff Girls is not you're not far off. It came out in November 18th, 1998, though.
Oh my god, damn! What is it? SpongeBob? No.
Yes.
Oh wow, that's crazy.
Yes. SpongeBob debuted July 17th, 1999.
No, Grim. I was like,
Mm-hmm.
I knew I was gonna get one of these stupid ones. Oh, it just took some time.
Oh man, just we just went over this thing just just to show y'all like how much things have changed since 1999. Now, one of the things that I love about this Dick run is that, like you said before, like New York City is on fire right now, son.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
and
we
and yeah, yeah,
having a great time. We're having a great time right now. Being
bro,
menaces.
and it's great because I feel like the Knicks. You know how in New York we have two teams for basically every sport.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like the Knicks are the one team where like an overwhelming majority of New Yorkers are a fan of.
Very
Like
much so.
you might have like closer splits between the Yankees and the Mets and the Giants and the Jets and the Rangers and the Islanders or whatever have you. But when it comes to Knicks and Nets, it's like it's not even close.
Yeah, the Nets don't really have a New York fan base. Moving to Brooklyn was I like the idea. I knew the idea of it. It sounds good, but like really just isolated. You really eliminated their fan base, honestly.
Yeah, because most of their fans are in Jersey. So respectfully,
I'm wrong with them,
and
but like
huh?
no, I'm wrong with them, but it is what it
Right.
is.
But I feel like obviously the majority of New Yorkers are Knicks fans, and to see Seventh Avenue and 33rd and 34th just lit up after every playoff game, it's
Hilarious.
bro,
It's my favorite thing in the world.
it's yo, we joke about it, but I really do believe that if if the Knicks win the finals,
Oh, the city's burning.
oh, more
Yeah,
than burning, bro. They're gonna
no,
have to call the
that,
National Guard.
we not. It's not making it. I'd said I love people were like everything is like what's gonna happen if they won this stuff. I was like, you better pray you out the city. 'Cause
Bro,
that's all you got.
real talk, because it's you know, it started boiling up when they played the Hawks. We lost to the Hawks I'm talking about during the Trey Young days.
Oh yeah,
You know what I mean? The
yeah.
back 5 years ago when, they lost to the Hawks and Trey Young put on the show and
Bring
became
up the
public enemy number one.
bring
But
up that
ever
name.
since then, it's been like a slow build, I feel like, with this team. Jalen Brunson's come around. Well, they signed Jalen Brunson. He's stabilized the team a little bit. Um, and I feel like with with him as the point guard, he's taking over the city, bro. I'm sorry, Aaron Judge, but I feel like Jalen Brunson is like New York's head honcho in sports right now, bro.
Absolutely. You don't gotta apologize, to Aaron Judge. The only reason I say it is because like not against him. I know he's done good work to get to the World Series, but like he hasn't won it, unfortunately.
Right.
He's
And
been like one in total.
he's been to one and he didn't perform well in it at all.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Jalen Brunson has performed consistently since he's got here. So it's like, if Jalen Brunson wins a championship before Aaron Judge, he's the king of New York. At least that's how I feel. And I
You're,
hate to feel that way because let's be real, I feel like Aaron Judge is better at baseball than Jalen Brunson is at basketball. But
in what way? What are you talking about? In what way?
so I feel like okay, I feel that Aaron Judge is a better baseball player than Jalen Brunson is a basketball player. Aaron Judge is a first ballot Hall of Famer, like already in his career, already.
Okay.
You know? But Jalen Brunson, he's not going to. I don't think he's going to the Hall of Fame, but he's a very, very like he think about it. He made the NBA second team this year.
He's
Aaron
done
Judge is
it.
consistently in the All NBA, All MLB first team. He's going to the Hall of Fame, bro. He's
This is
already
Jalen.
been lauded as one of the greatest Yankees ever. But
This is
I
Jalen's like second to third time making the All NBA team, though.
right, Aaron Judge is, but he's always on the second team or the
Yeah,
third team.
I
Aaron
get what
Judge is, you see what I'm saying?
I do get it.
But if, like I said, if the Knicks win this championship this year, oh, Jalen Brunson's the king of New York for a
I would,
long time.
I would tell you that if he does win this championship, I would tell you that Jalen Brunson is a Hall of Famer.
You think so?
Only because what other than can you name another small guard other than Steph Curry and Isaiah Thomas that's won a championship?
John Stockton didn't win one.
Nope.
Uh, I'm thinking of smaller guards. John Stockton didn't win one. Allen Iverson didn't win one.
Like if he
Um,
remember, people are comparing Jalen Brunson right now to remember they were comparing him last year too to Allen Iverson
that is
because
true.
without so Allen Iverson himself is a Hall of Famer. We all know that. No one's can take that away from him.
That is true.
So remember right
And
now because Jalen Brunson made it to the finals, people were calling him a top 3 Nick of all time.
and they're saying that if he wins, he'll be the greatest Nick of all time. That's
Like
also true. Do
again,
you
because
believe that? Do you agree with that?
story wise, I can see what people are saying. Do I fully believe he'd be the greatest Nick of all time off one? No. I think he'd be other 2 or 3 because it would fluctuate between him and Willis Reed and Clyde because
Mm-hmm.
Clyde and Willis Reed have 2 together.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But Willis, I feel like Willis, like Joe Namath, has a special place in people's heart in New York because when Willis Reed won his second or his first ring, he tore his ACL.
That is
And
true.
then for the final game, he limped out to start that game and made the first 2 baskets for the team to win that
Mm-hmm.
championship. And then they took him out, and you could see his leg just dangling as he's forcing himself to play defense.
That is true. That is
So
very
I
true.
I think people who know the Knicks will always look at Willis Reed as a little more fondly. But I can see why people will be like, Jalen's definitely the king, definitely the greatest Nick of all time. But
But also,
I
man, I'm sorry.
not go for it. Not go for it.
No, I think he'll definitely catapult a lot of beloved Knicks so far, like Patrick Ewing,
Yeah,
um, John Starks, um,
people
obviously Carmelo,
people put
unfortunately.
him people put him right next to Patrick Ewing, Bernard King, and Carmelo. Those are the 3 he's normally compared to right now when it
But
comes to
I
Nick.
feel like a championship would probably it'll definitely catapult him over Carmelo, which I hate. I hate to put it that way because I love Melo. Melo's one of my favorite players of all time. He's like my third favorite player after the MJ and Kobe. But
Yeah, I love
him,
Melo. So
I love Melo too, and I'm sorry, dog. Like I really wish Carmelo. That's what I was saying earlier. The Knicks wasted Carmelo's good years. You know what I mean? They wasted his prime because he had his best years with the Knicks,
Mm.
and they didn't build a good enough team around him. And then Phil Jackson gutted the whole team, and it was just like,
The-
bro, what are you doing? You
Melo
know?
was a Melo was also a weird thing because he was always so good offensively, and he actually did play defense very well.
Uh
It was
huh.
just weird. Unfortunately for him, and I say this fully, is that unfortunately for him, he unfortunately played in this generation where it was clearly LeBron was number one, and then you had D Wade, then you had players like Dwayne Wade, Carmelo, you had players like Chris Bosh, Kevin Love was averaging 2020s. And like as he got older, players in the leagues just kept getting coming in better and better. So you had players like, and even you have other players that people don't really talk about and respect as much, but were also really good before Kevin Durant got in there. Remember, people were calling Brandon Roy, Darren
Oh,
Williams,
I forgot about Brandon Roy.
Vince Carter. You gotta remember these are bona fide athletes. Tracy McGrady was there, Shaq was there, and then
Yeah, these are a
also
couple of contemporary. Yeah, Carmelo did have stiff competition. That is very true.
now then you remember
Very.
he started in the West, so he had to deal with the Spurs all the time. Tim
And
Duncan was
Kobe.
yeah, Kobe
And
and Tim Duncan were never going anywhere. And then
that's
Chris Paul came into the league.
well, they all came into the same draft class. No, him, LeBron, Wade, Melo,
Yeah, well, I don't think Chris Paul was in that. Chris Paul was in that draft class. I don't think he was there.
or was he in the '05 draft class?
I think he was a year later or 05. Because I don't
Okay,
remember. Chris Paul definitely would have been. I think Chris Paul was like a first round draft. Was like a first overall pick.
a first number overall pick, right?
Yeah, there's no way you're taking. You're not going to take Chris Paul. You're not going to take Chris Paul over LeBron James.
That is
Or
true.
but also to pay, Carmel also got screwed out because remember he was supposed to be a
He
Detroit
was supposed to be a
Piston.
Piston. That's right. He should have been a Piston. I agree. If he was
He
a
won.
Piston, he probably would have won some chips. He would
He
probably have
probably
two
he
chips.
Detroit would have never went through that little drop they went to after they lost the Wallace brothers as I called them.
Ben and
I
Rashid.
yes I love them. They had their own cartoon. It was so adorable.
I've never heard of this. Hold on. Wait. Excuse
They
me, bro. Excuse me,
uh,
brother.
oh I'll tell you. I'll tell you right now. So when they got to the finals, I think in 2003 because they won
2004.
in no well they won in 2004 to my memory. You're right. I don't remember who was in the finals 2003.
It
I
was
actually
the
don't remember.
the Spurs and the Nets, wasn't it? No,
Was
the
it?
Nets were the year. But yeah, it was the Spurs and
It
the
was the
Nets.
Lakers. It was the Lakers and the Nets. So that was
The
the
Lakers
three
and the
peat.
Nets were the year before.
No, the Spurs were in
The,
04 because that's who the Pist.
oh
That's
no,
who.
the Nets made it back to back years. They ran into
Oh,
the Lakers and they ran into the Spurs. And
okay,
couldn't
okay,
beat either one of them.
okay. But I remember. So when this is gonna be so funny. So when that team was really good, someone had made um a bootleg Scooby Doo cartoon about them.
Hmm.
And so in the cartoon, it was Rashid, Ben Wallace, Chauncey Billups, Tayshawn Prince, and Rip Hamilton, and their nicknames were their powers in the cartoon. So Rashid, so like Ben Wallace had his hair because he had the giant afro.
Right, right.
It would stop people from doing stuff when they were solving mysteries. It was you could look it up right now. It's really funny. When you get the chance, look it up. It was like a whole.
Hold on.
It's a hilarious.
Hold on. Detroit Pistons cartoon.
Now I remember this because as I was watching that year, because I was cheering for San Antonio because everyone was like, oh, like no one can beat Detroit right now. And I was like, nah, I don't like favorites. I like underdogs. So I was cheering for San Antonio when they lost. And then
Uh-huh.
I was cheering for the Pistons when they got back. I was like, fuck it, why not? I like Detroit. They're cool.
Nah,
I've al-
I was rooting for Lakers that year. I was definitely rooting for the Lakers.
I always like going against the grain. You know me.
Yeah, but
It's
I was really, I was obviously a big Kobe fan, so it was like,
yeah, I understand. I say that because like most of the teams I cheer, that's how I became a Jets fan. Because people like
oh,
the people who I were friends with were Patriots fans, and I was like I hate Patriots.
okay,
So
well,
I
yeah,
started
that's reasonable.
yeah,
That's reasonable.
not
I
that they
also just
did.
don't fuck with Boston teams. That's why I don't root for them.
I didn't know about the thing about Boston teams until later in my life, and then I was
Mm.
like, I'm glad I hate the Patriots because what the fuck is this? No, my true hate came from the Red Sox on that
Mm.
bullshit that the Yankees did. I will never forgive that
Well,
fucking Yankee team.
we're not gonna talk about it. We're not gonna talk about it. We're not gonna talk
Fuck you,
about it.
fucking David Ortiz.
We're not gonna talk
No,
about that.
I'll
I
never
also
forgive him.
feel like so so ultimately I believe Jalen Brunson will catapult a couple of Knicks legends if they do win a championship. Let's talk about this playoff run though. That started with
The
beating the
loss,
hell out of out of
Atlanta.
yes.
I
They
want this.
beat the hell out of these guys. Like
I want those two. I want to be known. Those two games that they lost by one, I didn't mind that because they only lost by 1 point on both those games. They played terrible those games. I watched those games. They were ass.
yeah, and I feel like yeah, those were CJ McCollum games. You know what I mean? Those were CJ McCollum games.
Yeah, but like
And
at a certain point, you gotta like they weren't able to do. They weren't doing anything. Like it looked like the Knicks of regular season, where like they looked lost on offense. The ball was just staying in place and just praying. At certain points, it looked like Tom Thibodeau's offense, where it was like give it to Jalen and pray he makes it. And the Bridges couldn't shoot for his life those first 3 games.
oh
Oh,
yeah.
it was terrible. I hate it. It was an awful showing by them. But only to lose by one, I was like, I'm not worried about this team. Like I know we'll beat Atlanta. I have full confidence in that.
For me, there was a moment on the sideline where Jalen Brunson's dad was like getting in his ass about something. I don't know what they were talking about. I don't know what he said, but it worked because from that point forward, the Knicks just took off and they've won 11 straight games since. Yeah,
Um,
they
I wish I could remember too, but I remember watching that game. I saw that game 4. I was like, this is a different Knicks team. That
very much
that I was like, that's different. The first 2 possessions. This is before I realized they were doing point cat. I watched that
point.
team. I watched the defensive intensity of that team. I was like, that's a different team. That's a desperate team. I was like, they are not. I was like, that team's not losing tonight.
That team is not.
And
And it's funny because ever since then, like they stomped the Hawks in their own building. I think at one point they were up like 71-25 in game 6.
yeah, it was a beat down of all of it was a beat down of everything. It
Of
got to the
like
point I went to the gym that day. And I was watching the game as I was walking there. I was like, okay, we're up. I was like, okay, starting off. It's like good. This is a good thing. All right, they're up by 5. All right, I put my phone down. I got into the gym, checked in, up by 15. I was like, all right, we playing good. We playing good. I put my phone in the locker to change clothes. Got my phone out to start my workout. We were up by 30. I was like, what the fuck did I miss? I was like, pause. What did I
like
miss?
like what the hell did that like, bro?
And then it got
And
and then it got better because then I was like, all right, let me do my cardio to start do my warm up to start the workout. We up by 40. I'm like, what is going on with this game?
let me let me see if I can find the final score from that game because it was something
We lost.
ridiculous. It
We
was
won by 51. It was like 140 to like 140 to like 80 something. It was a beat down of
it was
all
a
proportions.
down. bro. That was
That was
in
a
April.
that was the definition of murder.
140 to 89.
Which one?
The game that was
140
game.
Game 6,
So
140 to 89? Yeah, that sounds about right.
check this out. Game 4 was 114 to 98, which is a blowout by itself.
Oh,
Game
yeah, that's
5,
mm-hmm. I want you to know, after the third game, me and Pearl started playing the game of, do you think the other team is going to get 100 points?
and the
And
Hawks never scored 100 points again. Never.
and then look at Philadelphia. Look how many times they scored 100 points.
Let me get there. Let me get there. So game 4 was 114-98. All right.
Mhm.
A 16-point win. Game 5 back in New York was 126 to 97.
Oh, wow.
All right. You do the math. Game 6 back in Atlanta was 140 to 89.
Terrible
Nasty work.
blowout.
Nasty work, right?
Mhm.
Now let's go to Philly because they Philly didn't show up for this series at all. Like
They
I
were dead.
understand that they had just played like a 7-game series against the Celtics where they were down 3-1 and
I
Joel
think
Embiid, his ass, he had his appendectomy and this, that, and the third, and
Mhm.
shouldn't have been playing, in my opinion, but
No, he shouldn't have.
nonetheless. All right. So because I've had 2 operations and there's no way I would have been able to play a basketball game like within a week of recovery.
Him and Anthony Edwards pulled out some bullshit. Cause I was like, how the fuck y'all playing? I was just, we'll talk about that, but like, do the scores for Philly. I'll talk about Anthony later because he's his own little special saga. We can do another episode on. He is special, brother.
So game 1 against Philly was 137 to 98.
Yep, another
So a
blowout.
20-point win, right? Game 2 was a little bit closer, 108,
G-
102.
Game 2 was the only game they showed up at, and that was the
Yes,
only game Joel Embiid didn't play.
exactly. Game 3, another blowout, 108-94.
Yep.
And then game 4 in Philly, of course, with the sweep, another 30-point win, 144 to 114.
Other guy,
Just putting
yeah,
belt to ass.
they let them get 100 points. Disappointing.
It was I mean, really, at that point, by the fourth quarter, the game was so out of reach that it was just like, okay, you put the reserves in, let them play, and then
Oh,
just see what
I remember.
happens.
I said this. I remember saying this. I was like, God damn these bitches. We up by 40. How you losing 10-point leads? Get it together.
Then Cleveland. This was
Oh, the
this was an
heartbreak.
ass of epic proportions. So game 1 obviously was the comeback game, the game that the Knicks really did not play their best basketball, but wound up winning anyway, which is
They
crazy because that's the same thing that happened to the Knicks last year. Remember, they were up like, big on Indy,
oh no.
yeah, they were up big on Indy, and Nimhard turned into Steph Curry and
Oh
was
no,
shooting all these threes.
you're thinking too a little not far back enough. They did this shit to Boston 3 times. That same playoff run last year. Twice when they were losing by 20 and decided now's a good time to come back.
You're right. Yeah, you're absolutely right.
Both
I
Boston
forgot about
games losing by 20 near in the third or the fourth quarter, they're like, you know what? I think we can play now.
that. I think,
Some
yeah.
bitches.
All right, let's turn it on. Yep, I remember that. That was a good. I forgot all about that because I was
Mhm.
looking forward to the rematch. Honestly, I was looking for,
Everybody was.
but Boston choked, and you know,
Everyone
Jalen
also was.
talking
Everyone was
Jalen Brown
also
talking.
looking. Everyone was also looking forward to another series with Detroit as well.
Oh yeah, and then they choked too. Everybody was choking. So
I've been
the
asleep
cat, the
anyway.
Knicks came back, won 115-104 in overtime. Jalen Brunson had the fourth quarter of the ages. He hit like, yo, oh,
He
God.
he went on I think he went on a 15 run by nearly by himself. He either assisted or scored every bucket on that run except for one. And I
He
think it was like a
turned
3
James
from
Harden.
Shaman.
He turned James Harden into Sunday dinner. Like
It's, uh,
it was bad.
That's on the
Like,
coach. You gotta. That's on the coach,
that's on the
and that's
coach.
on your. That's on your coach and your teammates, James Harden. Because why they keep letting you switch? At a
No,
certain point,
seriously.
they gotta tell you to stay out the fucking way. Because that's what they do to Jalen all the time on the Knicks. Whenever they do dumb shit, they be like, "What you do is switching. Get your ass back on that other dude."
Mm-hmm.
Josh, OG, and Mikal do not play that. They be like, "That's my defender. I want him the most."
Exactly. So he turned like, bro. It was this. He turned him
Disgusting.
into barbecue chicken. In the words of Shaq,
It was hilarious.
definitely turned him into barbecue chicken. Game 2 was 109-93. Game 3 was an albatross because at one point you can tell the Cavs were just like, you know what? They unplugged their controller because what I think it was the third quarter where Jalen Brunson went for a layup and literally nobody guarded him.
That was the fourth quarter. I watched that. That was hilarious.
Like,
And he hit like this fake like, oh, let me dribble back out, and then right behind Jared Allen for a layup, and Cat's just in the back off the screen.
so like they didn't bother showing up. Like, no
Ah,
effort, no like pride, and like,
defending
dude,
your own, like you're not gonna go out like this.
you can't go out like this. And then of course
You
in game 4 they didn't even score 100 points. It was 130-93. A
Molly Whopping.
27-point loss on your home court. You get swept. The Knicks just really like put belt to ass. They put their foot on their neck and just you talk about
This
like an impressive playoff run, bro. Like this is crazy.
I want to thank other than Jalen Brunson, I also want to thank all the shooters and the bench players on that Nick too. Because I'm gonna tell you, Landry Shamit for the Eastern Conference Finals only missed
Mhm.
1 3 that whole series.
Yes, he did. He was 11 for 12. That's correct. Or was it 12 for 13?
No, it was 11 for 12. He only missed 1 3 that whole series.
See?
And then Deuce McBride decided to end Philly's dreams on that fourth game where he had like 8 straight threes in a row.
Mhm.
He's like, I'm tired. He's like, I don't want to come back to Philly. I'm done with these people.
Bro.
And
It was it
even
was
and Mikal, I think Mikal is shooting 69% in general from the field from like
I don't know who got in his face. I know Stephen A. is was very critical of him because it's like, yo, we gave up 4 first round draft picks for you. You better show us something.
it was
But ever
five.
since game 3 in Atlanta, he's just been on one. What happened?
It was five. They give a
5
five.
first round picks. Either way, at somebody was just like, yo, you need to start playing better. Like we gave up 5 picks for you. You need to give me at least 15, 17 points a game. And
Whatever
he's
whatever happened at the end of game 3 for the Atlanta series woke up the whole team except Jalen and OG because they were already playing well.
right.
Whatever
Then
happened,
OG got hurt. I don't think he played in the Philly series, right?
he played the first 2 games of the Philly series and sat out the rest.
Okay.
Didn't matter. Like it didn't
Didn't
matter.
matter. Didn't matter. Didn't matter at all. And that's the funny part about it all. It did none of that mattered.
Also,
Because
you
the
know
Knicks
what's
had
funny?
what, a week off?
You know what's funny? OG was not playing well the first 2 games of that conference finals too. You can still I could tell watching that game that he was like I don't want to push my hamstring too much. And then the third game he was like something happened. He was like, "Oh, I can do this. Let me start dunking on people again."
My leg don't hurt as much as I thought it did.
Mobile. I
Right.
saw I saw it on the play. Like he's like he did something, and he was like, it was like he drove by a person. He was like, "Move," and just dunked and like finger rolled it. He was like, that didn't hurt. I think I can. No, hold on. I think I can shoot again. Hold on, give me a minute.
Yeah, listen.
Also, I don't
So
know who the fuck told Josh he can shoot threes. I didn't know he could shoot threes like that. That was some bullshit in game 3.
the whole team just woke. They've been on Black Air Force One energy for the last 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks, and I love every second of it. Like they really have made New York. And to me, I'm torn between being greedy and going for the finals wins for the final championship versus being happy that they made it this far.
You can do both. You can do
Yeah, but
both.
I'm trying to fight that. It's the inner Yankee fan in me that's just
Yeah.
like, yo, we need to be in the World Series every year. If you don't win the World Series, then the season's a bust, right? Versus, look, listen, this is the first time the team's been here in 20 something years. We're happy that we just got here. You know what I'm saying?
I
Versus, no, now go for it. You know what I mean? Versus being, if they lose, am I going to really be upset? Versus, you here, you might, if you don't win it, then you gonna be like you. I don't know, because the NBA has a lot of parity. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Like,
I would say you can take it two ways. Because one, we should all be excited that they made it back here. But we
right,
all thought that was their expectation for themselves.
this is
And we
true.
and they wanted to prove that they can make it there themselves, and they did it. And we as Knicks fans, because we're very used to every New York team failing at some point that's not the Yankees. Let's be honest. If it's not the Yankees, and then the second team that we don't normally expect to fail is the Giants. But we also put them in that tier where like we know they're going to mess up sometime. Like
Right, that's that.
The Yankees is the only franchise in New York. They're like they don't mess up anything that goes in the playoffs. We expect the Yankees to always be in the World Series.
That's true. That's
So
very true.
when it comes to the Knicks, we put them like with the Jets. The Knicks are going to Nick. The Jets are going to Jet. So that's why it's one of those things where like, okay, especially when we're like, we got all these good players. And when we made it to the Eastern Conference Finals for the first time last year, we were so ecstatic. We're like, oh snap. Like this team can, and then when we was playing Indiana, like, oh, this team can make it to the finals, we can do it.
Uh-huh.
And then it just so happened that Indiana decided they wanted to play a different type of breed, and then Tyler wanted to be the second version of Reggie Miller. Bullshit.
Tyrese
hmm
off that
That
guy,
fucking
bro.
I will never forget that high bounce up and that ball going straight in. I was like, what the fuck was that?
When that shit happened, I froze. Like my heart sunk into my ass that night. Like I
Yeah,
was like,
so
nah, I know this did not just happen.
that's why I say like when it comes to the Knicks, you always like you're always expecting something bad to happen. It just didn't happen this year. So this point, that's why we can all be excited and we can call this team we can call this team a success and be happy that they made it to the finals, but
Mhm.
also look at how the way they've been playing. And let's be honest, whoever they play that comes out that West, if it's the Spurs, Wimby's exhausted from carrying that
Yes,
team.
yes, yeah.
And if it's the Thunder, they're beat up from dealing with the Spurs. They have more injury. I've never seen. And Shea's been ass this series. Let's be honest.
Yes, he has. He has been asked. Absolutely. That is
So
true.
whoever comes out that West comes out that knowing they went through a dogfight and knowing they got another fight to go through because everyone knows when you come to New York, the uh, you get all those calls at home. The refs don't call nothing in New York. You got to elbow someone to get a foul in this game when it comes to the playoffs.
That's that's true.
I watched and I want this to remember because I watched the series on game four, either game four or game three when either Josh or OG was fighting other I think Sam or Nick trying to get through a screen and like Nick has him pressed up like a fucking linebacker thing and they're like doing this trying to fight each other to get over a screen and no
Uh-huh.
whistle blown. And then you look at the San Antonio thing, anytime something goes wrong, it's a foul for somebody. I'm like,
Uh-huh.
that don't fly over here.
Now you actually make very valid points because I said this during the Cleveland series. I was like, the longer this series goes, the more it favors the Knicks because the Cavs are beat up, they're exhausted, they're fatigued because they had just played a 7 game series against um
They played Toronto and Detroit. They had
hey,
two
right,
back to back.
right, two
And
back-to-back 7 game series. Yes.
then also, if even if we didn't play Cleveland, We would play Detroit. They also went to game sevens. They went game seven against Orlando.
Yes, they did. Two 7-game series in a row. So
I think every team we faced after we beat Atlanta was everyone decided they all wanted to play a 7-game series. That got nothing to do with us.
that's
You know what I'm saying?
yo, that's true because Philly did the same thing. They played a 7-game series.
Yeah, that got nothing to do with us.
No,
If you wanna drag out your games and go to 7 games, that got nothing to do with us. That's your fault.
I agree with that.
And so
So and I said this too. I said the West Series is most likely going to go 6 or 7 games, just because that's how those two teams have played each other throughout the whole season. So it was like, and so at the time of this recording, right, the Spurs, I mean the Thunder are up 3-2, going back
Mhm.
to San Antonio, right? So I think the series is going to go 7. I just think that that's how it's going to be. It's going to remember the first game was a double overtime game. So the longer this series goes, the more the teams wear each other out. And like you said earlier, Wemby's they're gonna break him down because yeah, he's a unicorn, but a guy that big, you gotta like fatigue definitely becomes a factor because there's a lot of movement, but it takes a lot of energy for someone that big to move like that. You know what I
it's that
mean? He's
but
gonna wear
yeah.
down. Gonna wear him
We're
down.
talking about Wemby, and then like De'Aaron Fox also has a very high ankle sprain.
Yes, he
That
does.
San Antonio is exhausted from what they've been going through, and the Thunder they had an easier streak to get to their conference finals, going
Hmm.
against Phoenix, and then having some hard times against the Lakers, but they still swept the Lakers
Fuck
with
them,
LeBron.
yes.
But like I watched this whole series, two of their best players, their ball handlers, both have hamstring issues. So I don't know. They're not going to be as efficient as they could be, especially when you want them not like you rather the whole team be rested at this point. But no, they got to keep playing games. And then also, anytime you watch when they're not getting fouls called, you see them grabbing each other by the arms, yanking each other, grabbing each other's jerseys. At a
Hmm.
certain point, when you come out that series, you are tired, yo.
Got
And
ice you
then
need double time after the games. Yeah.
especially for like Chet and Isaiah, you have them playing against Wimby where they gotta use a lot of their strength, and then you want them to go straight into a series where they gotta play OG and Josh and Cat. And this is a better Cat. I've never seen Cat this good on defense.
Bro, we've never seen this version of Carl Anthony Towns. He has put the team on his back along with Jalen Brunson. Like he's what you call him earlier, point cat.
Mm-hmm. They're running
And
everything through him. And this is his favorite time. He's like, I don't gotta bring the ball up. I get the ball on top of the key, and then I could just look to see what's going on. I can see everything.
yeah,
And
and you
then
love to
for
see it.
anything, that's the Warriors offense. When they were good. Give the ball to Draymond on top and watch Steph and everyone run around for 20 minutes, 20 seconds.
Yep.
And at a certain point, you're gonna forget somebody. And if you forget that as other you got Jalen at the three by himself, you got Mikhail in the middle, or you got OG anywhere. And then everyone's favorite thing is to leave Josh open, but now Josh is shooting three well and making shots. Now you don't really want to do that anymore because now you're like, well, now I can't leave him open because if he makes
Mhm,
two, that's the game. He
mhm.
makes two threes once, that's it. Now he knows he can make three. He can make 4 to 5.
I'm telling you, listen, and you know what it is? The Knicks are you see the difference between last year and this year because the team is healthy. Remember the last couple seasons, Tom Thibodeau ran the team into the ground, and you saw it when the playoffs went on. Because remember a couple years ago, and OG Anunoby got hurt against the Pacers. He never came back healthy. And then last year they just ran out of gas against Indy. Also, the fact that they lost game one didn't help, but they ran out of gas against Indy as well.
They were very
Again,
tired. They
they
were
were
very tired.
worn down. But now they got fresh legs, bro. They played 4 games in the last 2 weeks. You know what I'm saying? They wrapped up Philly, had 9 days off, and then wrapped up Cleveland and are gonna have another 9 days off. So 8 games in 20 days, bro. At this time of year, that's you begging for that because everybody's dinged up. Everybody's like is dealing with some sort of aches and pains at this point in the season. So you can get a good 9 days off before the NBA finals while
Yep.
these two teams duke it out.
Mhm. And then
Sign me up.
also credit to the bench because remember that was our whole issue was that they got exhausted and you're not playing the bench. Then we
Exactly.
then like you were and then the girls to we're doing most people are not watching the Knicks game and I've seen that with like social media and certain people reacting to games. They'd be like, the Knicks only got a 6 to 7 man rotation. I was like, that's a full 10 man rotation team.
Mm-hmm.
Because like because as soon as you take out Jalen or anyone, then you got Jordan, you got Shamit, you got Deuce, you got Jose, and you got Mitchell. That's a whole
Oh,
nother starting. That's
what
a
I
whole
think
nother starting five.
that was the game changer. Getting Jose Alvarado, bro, game changer.
I
What they
to be
call
fair,
him, Grand Theft Auto,
yep.
Grand Theft Alvarado, whatever his name is,
Mm-hmm.
bro.
To be fair,
Game
when we picked him up, I knew we needed an extra ball handler because Deuce was hurt. Deuce
right,
had ab issues, so I was like, we
right.
needed another ball. And I was like, when Deuce comes back, I don't know what they're gonna do. Yeah, they were like, play both at the same time. I was like, you know what, touche. I didn't think of that.
And they played well. Deuce is a great shooter, he's a great 3-point shooter, and Alvarado is he's a
D-
pest.
yeah, he's a pest, and he's a pest that always looks to pass
Uh-huh.
unless you leave him open, and then he will prove to you he can shoot. I'll always
Absolutely.
remember that. I always remember that for Jose. If you always look up Jose clip, the first one he got famous for was he was dribbling down the ball and someone was like, "Can he shoot? Can he shoot?" And then he pulled up a three. He's like, "Yes, I can shoot."
I gotta find that video. I didn't see that. I gotta find
No,
that.
that was one of the first clips I saw of Jose. I was like, "Oh yeah, this is a good player right here." It's like,
All
"Yes,
right,
I
so
can shoot."
so to wrap this up, right? Remember, at the time of this recording,
It is.
the Thunder are up 3-2 in the Western Conference Finals. Who do you think the Knicks will face in the finals, and what do you think the final result will be?
I think the Knicks will end up playing the Thunder.
Mm,
I think the Thunder will win a game 7 at their place. I think San Antonio wins this game, wins tomorrow,
uh-huh.
because I just think one Wimby and Castle and Dylan Harper and Fox have shown as much dog as possible. I don't think they'll lose at home. I just don't think they'll let themselves lose at home. Now, I don't think they'll have enough to win a game 7 because they'll probably use a lot of their energy to win game 6.
Uh-huh.
And final results, if I would pick the Knicks to win in 6 personally.
Knicks in 6?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I think I don't know. I don't like that's my. I would like to see that. I also think that just personally, I don't think when it comes to the whoever the Knicks play in the finals, I don't think there's no way that series ends in 5 games or 4. I
What
think
the
no matter
series?
what the NBA finals, I think it goes 6 no matter what we do, 6 or 7.
I mean, so I think I'm gonna go a different direction. I think the Spurs are gonna find a way to win in 7. And I think we're going to have a rematch of the 99 finals. Obviously, completely different teams, completely different coaches.
And the NBA Cup
And
actually.
exactly, it'll be the first time that NBA Cup participants met in the finals. Um, and if I think, I think it can go either way. But my heart is telling me Knicks in 6 also, Knicks in 7. Because like I said, I just think that the longer the series goes, the finals goes, the longer it'll favor the Knicks just because, you know, whatever team is going to come out of the West is going to be beat up. They're going to be tired, dealing with injuries that the Knicks aren't. They're going to have the fresher legs. They're going to have, and I think they're going to be the hungrier team because, the Knicks are really playing with house money at this point.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like they're playing with the city on their back. and they know that no matter what's going to happen, the city is going to root for him regardless. Whether
Yeah.
we win, whether we lose, we just happy to be here. Madison Square Garden, MSG is going to be rocking. 7th Avenue, 8th Avenue, 34th is going to be is going to be a riot. I think no matter what happens, it's going to
We're
be,
gonna riot. It's
we're
gonna
going
be
to
a riot.
riot. Is
There will be a
and
car
that
flipped. That's my guarantee.
listen,
There will be one car flipped. This finals, I guarantee
it's
this.
going to be you know how Philly fans get when their teams win championships?
It's gonna be worse.
It's going to be twice as bad if the Knicks win the championship.
They were already
It's going to
climbing.
be
They were climbing Madison Square Garden when they got to the finals.
bro, it's listen, I'm telling you, they're going to have to call a National Guard. They're
I
going to
want you
have
to
to
know
call a
if San Antonio does win, I don't think they have enough. I think that's when the Knicks win in 5. I don't think San Antonio has enough energy to go a full series with the Knicks anymore.
Either
If they win,
way, whatever the finals is going to go 6 or 7, and whatever team, either way, it's going to favor the Knicks because the longer the series goes, it's going to wear the other team down. That's already worn out, So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. I really hope the Knicks can pull it off. It'll be a nice way to start the summer in New York. And I think it'll give the baseball teams a little bit of juice because right now they kind of need it. I think the Yankees are performing better than the Mets right now, obviously, but I think both New York
beautiful.
teams, New York baseball teams can feed off of that energy a little bit. No, you don't. You not think? No, no,
Oh,
not Jack.
I'm just giving up on the Mets. You want the honest truth? How can you have the worst record when you have some of the best players on your team?
Because so okay, we can do this another day, but real fast, I think that the Mets are realizing something that the Yankees have realized too a long time ago. You can't just throw money at the team and think that it's going to work. That's not how it works. You have to build a team from within and supplement it with free agency and trades. You need a core of players that the team drafted and developed in order to, to create a culture, and then you supplement those guys with free agent signings and trades. Just going out and getting Juan Soto for damn near $750 million doesn't work. He's not like it's not gonna change anything. It's not
I mean,
gonna but
you're
that's
not
another
wrong.
topic for the day.
Another topic. I miss those Yankees though, where we used just to just buy people.
You got
All
you
right.
got to grind my gears.
Um, I do it. I feel like I have one mentally. I have a mini one, but it's more of like um something we can talk about another time as well. I'm going to bring up something, and this is like a mini grandma gears that gets me. Have
Mm-hmm.
you? I know you're not on social. You're not that much on social media other than Instagram. So there's a story going on of a woman that got arrested. No, got arrested. She got a ticket. She got a ticket for driving, and the officer was like, "I saw you holding your phone." It was a distracted driver saying, "I saw you holding your phone with your right hand." The person that he said this to doesn't have a right hand. Yeah, they have a nub. Like their right hand is gone. Like they don't have a right hand, and they're like now they have to fight the ticket, and like my and then they just released the body cam footage of that. The person who's suing for the ticket to not pay it released the body cam footage from that person. And the police officer gets out the car, was like, "Hey, I saw you distracted while driving. I saw you holding your phone in your right hand." And the person literally goes, "This hand?" And tries to laugh it off and be like, "There's no way you could have seen me holding a phone with a non-existent hand." And the cop was like, "Nope, I saw it with your right hand," and then still rolled out the ticket. I'm like, how can you be that stubborn to just not admit you're wrong with everything against you?
Just loud and wrong.
Yeah, like what is why like it's under you can be like, "Oh, I thought I saw," because like from far away in a car, you don't know what people are holding. It can be excuse or anything.
Anything.
So like, if you're like, there's no reason to be like, yo, like, there's no reason to be that loud and that wrong for nothing. And
Nasty
also
work.
fuck Chud the Builder. Hope that person gets 60 years in jail.
What did
Chud
he
the
do?
Builder. He's a streamer that likes to go around saying the N word to black people. He's a white guy trying to provoke people to fight them.
Oh, yes, I heard about this. Yes.
He got arrested. He got arrested for causing disturbance and dining and dashing in a restaurant, Tennessee. Got arrested, paid his bond, and then the same day as he got out of jail, got into another argument with another black person, and then shot them and shot himself at the same and saw himself in that altercation. The guy is still alive. The guy is a 31-year-old disabled veteran with 2 kids. Fuck him.
Well, that's it. That's a wrap on excuses, brother. We are happy to be back. We're going to start posting a little bit more consistently. It's just that life has been lifing these past
Probably
few
catch
months.
us next week again.
Huh?
We'll probably be back. We'll probably be back here again next week.
Oh, listen. I told you the plans. I told you what the plans were.
You did, and
So
I'm all here. I'm here for it. Just
good, because we got work to do. We got to catch up.
all right.
All right. Tell us our socials, brother. Go ahead.
All right, thank you for listening. If you want to follow us, you can find us on YouTube on Excuse Me Brother Podcast. You can find us on Instagram at excuse_me_brother with an A, because it's not racist. And then we're still on TikTok, to my knowledge, and Facebook. I don't know if I don't know if we're on TikTok. We're on Facebook
TikTok,
though.
Instagram, and Facebook. I mean, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube,
and Facebook. Yeah, it's
No,
in
not on
YouTube.
Facebook.
We're no longer on Facebook. Cool. But I think on TikTok we're still the Excuse Me Brother with the hard ER. I didn't make it. So thank you so much for listening to us. We hope you had a good time, and I hope you missed us as much as we missed you. Thank you so much, and welcome back again. Have a good night, have a good morning, have a good day whenever you listen to it. Appreciate you. I hope you always all right.
Go Knicks. Go.
Let's go, Knicks.
Go. 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 Go.